Da da dee 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 da dee da dee da.
Hi there, all you Patreon people. I hope you're doing well and hope you enjoyed Princess Nancy. We're plowing ahead this week with a reel, and this is a tune that's called the Morris Minor. The Morris Minor was a car, for those who don't know, and they would have been very popular in Ireland. They were a British car, but there was a factory for them that was in Dublin. So you would see quite a few of these cars around. And my own uncle Larry in County Offaly, this is my dad's brother, had a Morris Minor. Rather bumpy car on the road, I thought, but really nice looking. So I enjoyed the car itself. The tune, let me see if I can say a few things about it. It's in C, and that key, I think, is more rare than we realize. I mean, I think we can switch tunes into this key of C, but they're pretty rare. And so it's a nice spot to play in. So I should say that this is actually a version of C. It's not in the key of C straight ahead. It's like a modal thing going on. And funny enough, when I put it into my book of tunes, I put down that there was one flat. Yeah, now I have regrets about that. I kind of think that maybe the second part is correct in having one, but maybe the first should have had two. But in any case, I'll give you the scale for where this tune is. If you think of making a tune in this key, you're kind of, or in this tune key, you're kind of doing this. So it's not a straight ahead C minor because it's not doing so instead, so it's an A. D flat, C. But yeah, never mind the notes. What's really lovely there is just that world of that sound. I even like just the sound of that note C. And I think when you play that, you can kind of toy with what kinds of tunes you could make up, given that as the kind of anchor. For me, I ended up with this tune, and yeah, it's I can talk a little bit about the phrasing of it and also play a little bit of it. So it's the first part is going. And then I repeat it. I will have the notes for this tune at the end as a PDF for you to have. I changed the ending the second time doing the A part just because it was so relentlessly doing this over and over again. So you'll have noticed already that I did 4 bars, and I pretty much repeated those 4 bars except for how to go back into the first part again. So at the end, you'll see that I break away a little bit. I'm using phrases that are kind of measure to measure. Da, da, dee, da, 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 da. Next measure, da, 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 dee, da, 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 da. So that's the answer to it. And then that first phrase keeps coming back then. And as you get to the second part then, I think there's kind of a relentless thing that starts to happen there too, which I really like. And to me, I think there's a little bit of almost relating to that car that I talked about, the Morris Minor. and it plodding along on the road. So let me play for the second part, or just even the start of the second part. So I have this phrase. So I think almost that as the question, and then the answer is. And here's the question again. And then the answer it is. So quite fun for the first part to have longer questions and answers. And then for the second part to really start driving home this one little phrase, this phrase. And if you get a chance, we recorded this tune on an album called Double Play, and John Doyle is on there. It was a duet album, and this all happens on a track that starts with his waltz called Hunter's Moon, and it goes into a tune called Getting There, which is a tune of mine in E minor, and then we go into this switch into this tune in C. But by the time we get to that second part, it's really rolling along, and I think you would enjoy listening to it if you get a chance. Definitely the guitar really starts humming along. I will say this, it was a long set of tunes, and whatever it is about this key of C minor-ish Dorian mode tune, the fingering is very tight. Now, it could be that I was playing for a long time by the time I got to the this third tune of that set, but it could also just be this key. So it's just a very tight fingering. I know I was always really cramped and tired by the time I got done with that, which maybe that's the reason there aren't so many reels in C. I did give a look last night through the 1001 O'Neill book, and most things that called themselves or had, no sharps or flats, just so straight ahead key of C, were mostly kind of an A minor thing instead. So kind of interesting that there's not a lot in this key. I did see the nice fiddle player from Scotland, Marie Fielding, for the first time a couple of years ago, and we chatted shop for a little bit. She's a wonderful composer, and she did say, "Hey, I just composed a tune in C." And I was like, wow, okay. And we stepped outside and she played it. And I don't think I played this tune, but I had some other tune that I had also just done in C. So it's kind of nice. And if you're inspired after hearing this one to try it out yourself, that would be fantastic. All right, good luck.